Welcome, 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 everyone, to Let's Talk Houston. Welcome to all my royal people. Greetings to all my kings, my queens. Shout out to all of the kingpreneurs and all of the queenpreneurs putting it down like nobody else can. And today in the studio, we have with us the CEO, CFO, the head of the company, GMT Broadcasting Company, which includes GMT Radio, GMT Production Company, GMT Podcasting, Culture Vision at www.culturevisiontvnetwork.com and thegospelstation.com. Mr. Kenji Johnson, aka Nice, is in the
Yes,
studio with us
yes,
today.
yes, yes. I am here.
And I am so excited because, he provides me the opportunity and the platform to do my podcast. Come on in, come on in the room. Let's get it.
Yes, yes,
Greetings.
yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes, yes, yes. Greetings, salutations, bienvenidos, bonjour, felicitaciones, oui, mademoiselle. Go ahead, click like, go ahead, click share, tag your peoples, call your peoples if they want to know how to start up their very own Radio Broadcasting LLC.
Right.
Come on in the room. Welcome, 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 everybody. Welcome.
Right.
So, we're giving you the opportunity to come on in,
Come on in, come
come
on
on in,
in.
come on in the room. Oh, come on in the room. Everybody, come on in the room. Let's
Yes,
get
yes.
it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's do it. Here we are. What it be? What it do? Houston. What's up? How are you? What have you all been doing on today? I know you've had a full week. I know many of you have gone to work, you know, take a load off, shake off the day, tune in to the podcast. We have the CEO and the CFO of GMT Broadcasting Company. And again, welcome to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. I thank you for having me.
So Nice. Tell us a little bit about yourself, about your background. What would you like to share with us on today?
Um basically went to school, went to Westbury, graduated from Westbury.
Mm-hmm.
After that I went to took a couple of classes, um ACC,
Mm-hmm.
got into the music,
Right.
started producing, uh started a label.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Once I started a label, signed some artists,
Mm-hmm.
realized that I working with people in the
Mm-hmm.
radio field,
Right.
it just seemed like something I wanted to do with my artists.
Mm.
And I just wanted to create a platform where we didn't have no politics.
I
We
like
could
that.
just play our own music and promote our own music.
Mm-hmm.
So did that and with them, and just started as like a radio show
Right.
online. And this was years, and this was at least maybe about 15 years ago.
Okay.
And this is when nobody had internet radio stations and stuff like that.
Right.
Um,
Cutting edge.
yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
after that, after we did the label thing, we experienced radio with the artists.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Me and my brother, we was like, we just gonna take it and do just create a full radio station instead
Mm-hmm.
of just a show.
Right.
And that's where we are today. And it's grown to be podcasting, TV,
Mm-hmm.
gospel radio, all of that. So
Yes, I'm very proud of you.
I appreciate it.
So let's talk about how I encountered or made the acquaintance of Mr. Johnson. Well, I was attending a business brunch hosted by none other than Mika Diamond.
Right,
And Mr. Johnston approached and asked if I was interested in taking a look at his other broadcasting platforms that he had to offer.
right.
And so I walked over next door and I'm like, wow, he had all of these, cubby holes with places to host a radio show, a podcast, et cetera, et cetera. He also does, the TV shows. And so I'm like, hey, I have been wanting to do a podcast. This is something I had been praying about.
Right.
And I had been trying to ask various individuals, like, hey, how do I do a podcast?
Right.
How do I go about it? But I kept hitting a wall.
Right.
It's like I kept, I don't know. I was coming up with a dead end or something.
Right.
And people were like, oh, yeah, I'll tell you. I'll help you. I'll work with you. When I get back from Alabama, I'll get back with you.
Yeah.
I'll reach out. Hey, but that day never came. Nobody reached out. Nobody.
Yeah.
Crickets. I mean,
Wow.
it was silent.
Wow.
Right. So when you approached me, this is something I really, really wanted to do.
Can I tell you why I approached you though?
Why?
I approached you because you were basically like interviewing me, like honestly, because you had questions.
Mm-hmm.
You was like, okay, why is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? So, and you had it was a spunk in you, like uppity, and in my mind, I was like, okay, man, she probably do good on hosting the show. You know what I'm saying? So that's the one reason why I did. It's because you was asking me questions, and that's what an interviewer does is ask questions.
Well, hey, thank you. I never knew that.
And you never was shy about what you wanted to ask, and that's what make a good interviewer.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been told several times by several of my guests that I am a good interviewer. Yeah. But I never knew why I was a good interviewer.
Yeah.
But you said I'm not shy. I ask questions.
Exactly.
I'm
and
not
then
afraid.
You have a character.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Well, I never knew that. You live and you learn.
Yeah.
So after you approached me, we exchanged contact information. Yes, I'm interested, but I got busy doing something. I got sidetracked. You reached out. Hey, you want to do your podcast? You serious? Yes. Okay. Well, you need to put down a deposit to lock in a date, which I did.
Right.
And then I got busy again.
Right.
And you reached me. You reached out to me yet again and said, hey, you need to pay up your balance so you can go ahead and solidify your business endeavors here. I'm like, okay, cool. No problem. I did that. And I want you to know this is a serious businessman. He's like, hey, he needs his money yesterday. You can't get on the podcast. You can't have an extenuating circumstance where you need an extension because Mr. Johnson is a businessman.
Yes.
But I'm sure if something did arise, I guess you might cut me a little slack. I don't know.
No, we always, it's not like that. It's just I can't go tell these doors have to stay open. So I can't go tell the people, hey, I'm waiting on Judith to pay me.
That's true.
I can't do that. So I have to of course if it's something going on, then we work it out, But just consistently it can't just be that way, because that's not good business.
No, it isn't. If
I'm showing up and doing what I promised to do, then you need to show up and do what you promised to do.
True.
And not even promised, agreed to.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So
I've been paying you on time, Mr. Johnson. I have been paying you on time now.
Dude,
I just want you to know I have been putting forth my best effort. I have not been on CPT time. Nah. I have been paying you on time, and then I believe you called me another time and said, "Do you want to get on auto pay?"
Yeah.
Therefore, we don't even have to talk anymore. Yeah. It just automatically comes out, so everything's straight, no problem. Yeah. Because this is something I'm serious about doing, and I truly want to do.
Right.
So hey, no problem to put it on auto pay.
And a lot of people probably will say, "Well, who don't understand? Well, why you got to pay for a show to So what it is when you paying for a show, we give you a slot. Mm-hmm. We give you and it's really like it's not made for entrepreneurs, but it's catered towards entrepreneurs.
Right.
And you could be an entrepreneur in the spiritual world, a Christian entrepreneur. You could be urban entrepreneur. You could be whatever. Mm-hmm. And what we do is we want to provide a place where you can come and talk about whatever it is that you do, and at the same time advertise for maybe a person that do your hair, a person that sell you clothes, a person. So it give you a platform not only to advertise what you do, but also to monetize because you're advertising what other people do.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of people, don't really understand podcasting and understand like internet radio, but we create, it's just like your regular radio station, traditional radio station.
Yeah.
They get paid to advertise. That's how they stay open.
Okay.
And it's the same way here.
Okay. I got
it's the exact same way.
Yeah, well, I really like what you're doing. You have so many podcasts going here.
Yeah.
I mean, you have way more going than I thought.
Yeah.
But I just meet so many wonderful people here.
Right.
And I think by being a part of your platform, it has opened the door for other opportunities.
Right.
Like when I was asked to be featured in that magazine article. But I don't think if I hadn't been coming up here, I wouldn't have crossed paths with the people that were in the magazine for me to be approached about that.
Right.
So I was approached about doing a podcast, and I was approached about doing the magazine article, and I was approached about being a participant in the creative conference that's coming up in April with Mr. 180 Archie Jenkins. And so I'm just saying I've been afforded a lot of opportunities since I've been a part of this community.
Right. And this is and I try to tell people, this is what you make of it.
Okay.
This is what you make of it. If you come in and you just sit here and talk, then that's just what it is. But if you sit here, you talk, and then you get at people and, hey man, look, I got a podcast. You want to come and you networking? Your network is going. I'm pretty sure your numbers have grown.
Yeah.
Your friends have grown on social media.
Yeah.
And you getting things that you say you didn't have, at first. You know what I'm saying? So even for me, this opened up doors for myself.
It did. Okay.
Yeah. So met a lot of people, done business with a lot of people. Some things work, some things don't. I mean, but that's just a part of business. So when it don't work, I just keep it moving. I just keep it moving.
So what if I wanted to? I'm just throwing this out here, but what if I wanted to start a radio station?
If you wanted to, I mean, I would tell you, be ready, because the radio show and a podcast is different from a radio station.
Right.
And that's what I try to tell people. You can go and do a radio show. A radio show is there's nothing wrong with it, but station is totally different than a radio show, because you're responsible for making sure that everything. I got to make sure that these mics turn on. I got to make sure that the mouse work. I got to make sure that the sound is right. I got to make sure that your logo shows up right. I got to make sure that the table is clean. I got to make sure its lighting is right. I got to. So it's a lot that come with running a station versus you coming and just sitting down and doing the show. So running a station is very, then financially. All of this stuff costs. Like,
I can tell. It looks like it costs.
Yeah, all of it is.
And then the equipment, like I don't have any equipment, I had to get that.
Yeah, you had to get that, and I mean, not saying that it's a market out here for internet radio stations. So if you choose to do that, I just say, hey, I was glad to be a part of your journey, and I wish you luck, because this is not this is not for the weak.
Not for the weak.
I promise you. Yeah. I promise you. I done had people that left and tried to start radio stations. They started, but it's just for them it was too much. And it's a lot, it's a lot on the back end. It's a lot. Websites up and running, music, staying up to date with the content, running social media. It's a lot.
So you have to have, but to start it, you would have to have cash and credit and.
You got to have some kind of funds. Some kind of funds
to get it started.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, and people might say, well, I can go start it I can go get it for this and that. But if you want to do it right, it's licensing fees. Saying people don't understand that it's licensing. It's a lot of stuff that come with this. Yeah.
But I don't have to deal with that. You deal with that.
Yeah. So we just the platform.
Yeah, I'm really excited about being able to do this podcast, because I feel like this was an answer to a prayer,
Right.
Because that's what you want to be in life, the answer to someone's prayer.
Right.
And so I feel like, you exposing me to what you had to offer was an answer to my prayer. And then me taking the initial steps to, to seal the deal. Because sometimes you can expose people to things, but they don't catch on.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't do it. They'll still be sitting around not doing it. So
yeah, I mean, and like I say, with me, I'm the type of person, if I got a vision, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna talk to the man upstairs about it. And once I get that go, I'm going. I'm running, and honestly, and I'm not saying this because I'm sitting in front of you.
Okay.
I could be sitting by myself. I could be sitting in front of a million people. I'm gonna tell you the same thing.
Okay.
Once I get that go, that green light, and that green light come within, I'm going.
You going
nonstop.
Okay.
Nonstop. And I'm running on faith. I'm basing it all on faith. And faith has worked for me so far. I haven't worked for nobody in probably about 10 years.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah. Yeah. So
You talk about your faith, your belief in God.
Yes.
You had a bout with COVID, right?
Yeah, I did.
So tell me how your belief or your faith in God played a role in you overcoming that.
You know, man, I was honestly like 5 days. 5 days I didn't have contact with really nobody but the nurses at the hospital, and it was just me and God, and talking, hoping that I'm gonna make it out of it, and it gave me a chance to sit. It gave me a chance to really sit with God, you know. So,
but I'm saying, was there a time where you feel like you might not
have made it? You know, the breathing at one time was kind of hard, you know. But yeah, I definitely thought I wasn't gonna make it. You know, definitely thought that, hey, shoot, it's time. You know, but I wasn't scared though.
No,
I wasn't scared because I was just like, man, shoot, if it's my time, I know I'm confident. I'm going home to be with that Big Daddy. You know, so yeah, so but the one thing is just the breathing for me that had me kind of because it was kind of hard to breathe, but I made it through it, and I've grown since. You know, so yeah, I'm here.
So you stayed in the hospital.
I just was there for not just there before, but I was there for 5 days. But I was sick and it's still things that go on now. It's still things. My breathing is still not right. Body is not right. But I thank God that I don't focus on it.
Right.
If things happen, I just try to push past it. You know, just try to push past it. But
she said the business foundation is really important. If you have any questions for Mr. Johnson, please by all means type your questions in the comment section. Yeah, you have to have a business foundation. I don't feel like I have a strong business foundation. I am very determined and I am consistent.
No, I'm gonna tell you something. You do have because what you do is this hour is not my hour. This is your hour. Right. So, and you show up before. You understand what I'm saying? You show up before, and then you have your own guests.
Yeah.
You make sure that you you get them on, you get them off on time. You make sure that whatever the accommodations they need, right. Is there.
Right.
So believe it or not, you do have a business foundation.
Okay.
Because you running your podcast like a business.
Right.
If you wasn't showing up on time, if you wasn't having no guests, you wouldn't be running it like a business.
Well, that's true.
You know, so you have to think of it. It's just probably looking at it. When people say business, they probably think of money. But a lot of these businesses, a lot of people go into business and they don't make money, and a lot of people just don't know that people break even. You know, you got to be in business for a long time to start really making money. Right. You know, a lot of people look at all of this and say, "Hey, man, look, you doing, you know, you making a lot of money. You making a lot of money." I mean, it's cool, but it's not, you know, where you want to be. Right. You know what I'm saying? I just say, man, look, if you just keep doing what you're doing and it'll grow.
Yes.
Just keep doing what you're doing and it'll grow. Consistency is the key to all of this.
Yeah.
Consistency. You just keep doing it, and it'll grow. That's where I'm at. All of this came because I'm consistent. You know, I don't, and then I tell myself, if I'm laying down at home, I tell myself, laying here, what is this gonna get you? You know, of course, you know, doing the business hours. Yeah. Laying here, what's that gonna get you? Get up and go to the station. Get up and go. Get out and you never know who you meet. You never know who stopped by. You never know, you know. So just gotta get up and get at it and take the first step. God to make a way for the other.
Well, one thing, I am consistent. I mean, but that's a characteristic or a trait that was instilled in me from, you know.
Right.
Yeah. When I was a little girl. My grandmama emphasized being on time.
Yeah.
She emphasized not being absent a lot. Excuse me. emphasize having, being true to your word.
Mhm.
Do what you say you're going to do.
Right.
I don't like to be on time. I like to be early
Right.
because it allows me time to decompress for my day and make the mental shifts necessary to,
Right.
connect with my audience.
Right.
I want to connect with the audience. I want to make the audience laugh, feel comfortable, or whatever. And so that's why I get here early and I think about, what are we going to talk about,
Right. So like I said, you are running Let's Talk Houston podcast.
Yeah.
You're running that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't tell you how to run.
No.
Let's Talk Houston. I don't get your guest or none of that.
No, you don't.
So you show up
Mm-hmm.
and you handling your business.
Well, I mean, if you're going to have a podcast, you have to have guests.
You definitely.
And I pursue the guests.
Right.
I reach out to the guests. I
Right.
contact the guests.
Right.
Then I've created a spreadsheet or a schedule. So I have guests all the way up through August.
So you handling your business.
Yes.
So that what she's saying is true about what you're doing. It's really important.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't, you'd be all over the place.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you have some encouraging words that you could say to a young version of Kenji, or a young man or a young woman that wants to get started in the business?
I just say start it.
Okay.
Don't think about it.
Okay.
Start it. Mm-hmm. And just you'll start finding out what needs to be done, mm-hmm. and then get it done.
Okay.
Get it done. Nobody can tell me that it can't happen.
Okay.
Because I've been in positions where you would say, "Oh, how he gonna do that?"
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's just, man, I just go. Like I say, I just go, and me, faith is something that I ride off of, and I don't know. I can't say that for the next person,
right?
And I ain't mad at the next person because they don't ride off of that. But that's just something that I ride. Faith.
Yeah, me too. I use faith.
Yeah.
I use faith in so many aspects of my life leading before I got to this point.
But the one thing that I say about that is if I'm laying down and I just say, man, faith gonna get me there, that don't work.
You gotta get works.
You gotta get up.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta have
works. It's dead.
You gotta have faith in God that God gonna bless the work that you do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta get out and put in that work.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just me.
Right, you gotta put in the work. Nobody's gonna do it for me. Like nobody's gonna get my guest for me. But I've read, it was something on Facebook about startup businesses.
Right.
How in the beginning of your business, like you the CEO, you the CFO, you the administrative assistant.
Yeah.
You the event planner.
All of that.
Yeah, you're everything. So I got a book. I'm the booking agent. I'm a CEO. I'm everything.
Yeah. But eventually get to a point to where eventually you'll get to a point if you just stay consistent. And I'm not saying overnight. I'm not saying 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Mm-hmm. But eventually to get to a point, if you consistent, where it's you'll be able to hire people. You'll be able to, mm-hmm. to bring somebody on to help you, So
right.
So yeah.
I noticed that when I have reached out to people, most people I've reached out to are very eager to be on the podcast.
Yeah. Everybody got a story to tell.
That's true.
Yeah, everybody got a story to tell.
That's true.
That's why podcasting works.
Okay.
Because everybody got a story to tell. You give them the platform to share their story.
That's true.
And whether it's a business story, whether it's a personal story, whether it's experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, these are the platforms to get that out.
Yeah, that's why they're. But when I first started the podcast, being green at the podcast, I mean, the industry, the implementation of how to facilitate a podcast, I'm saying nobody took me by the hand and showed me the ropes. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Of how to get your guests, just how to go about doing your podcast. And so what I was trying to say was the enemy will use that. He'll try to instill fear. You don't know what you're doing. How you going to get guests? Who want to come on your podcast?
Yeah. But you done had them all. But you done had some good people.
And I'm like, and every time they're like, yes, I'll do it. Yes. To the point you booked up almost a year in. Come on. But I'm just saying, in the beginning phases, you don't think that somebody would want to, and then God. I'm saying God is a way maker.
Yeah,
that's where your faith you speak of.
Yeah,
I had to step out on faith.
And then it's a process. If you just go through the process, then you'll see things will work.
Right.
And podcasting not for everybody. Some people might, and I don't get upset. If you started, then hey, that's if you started, then maybe it's not for you. You know, you might have started something, then okay, I realize that it's not for you. I can't be mad at you because of that. The only thing that I can really just have an issue with is if we agree upon something. I just want you to hold your end just like I hold my end.
Right.
And that's it.
So how do you, not that you really determine it, but I'm just saying, what are some characteristics in your opinion that make a good podcast host versus a good TV or talk show host?
They similar.
Right,
they similar because you can host a TV show because of the energy. The only thing is most of the time, we just in a set like this, round table, 2 mics. If you transition it to a TV show, it would be the same thing of you doing interviews, but it would probably be just different segments. It probably would be different segments, and then it'll just be a different setting. But it'll be you still. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, it'll still be me.
It'll still be you. So I mean, and then who am I to say that you not fit for TV?
Right.
You know, we tried. We experienced it, and then you say, well, nah, I don't think I'm really fit for that.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, if you want to try being a host, I don't, you know, I don't mind.
Yeah.
You know,
I might do one or two episodes in the TV format.
Yeah.
But the only thing when I
think it'll be fun. I think it'll be hilarious. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I think I will. I'm gonna do one or two.
Yeah.
We just gotta figure out who I'm gonna have on. I already have guests, so I guess I'll just. So the TV format, I'm not sitting behind this table. I'm out in the open, or am I behind a desk?
It just depends. You can be behind a desk. You can be. It's just what do you want? And but TV and podcast is probably gonna be a little just like as far as format, it's gonna be a little bit different. It's gonna be a little bit different because TV, a lot of TV, we talk about this, go to a commercial.
Oh, we go to a commercial?
Yeah, we go. Yeah, we do commercials. Go to this is straight hour, just me and you conversating. TV is more like we giving out info. I'm not even giving out information.
Advertising, you said.
It's advertising, but I'm trying to think of the right word to say. This is really a niche. Podcasting is really a niche.
Okay.
TV, you open to whatever. You might have a person on here that's do R&B music today. Then have a dog whisperer tomorrow. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So podcast is normally a niche. Podcast is probably the baking era podcast. So you talk about baking.
Okay.
That's what your podcast is about. TV is just open to anything.
I like the dog whisperer concept.
Yeah.
I never interviewed a dog whisperer, but I bet you that would be interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like animals, but I never thought to have a dog whisperer.
Hey,
I'm gonna look into it.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure they out there.
Yeah. So, do you have anything else you want to share with them?
You know what? I just want to tell people, hey, we got GMT Radio, which has been around for a while. GMT Radio. We got the podcast, and we got 2 podcasting studios. Studio A, which is this, Studio B. And what we do with Studio A is more you got the curtains, it's more entrepreneur. Like, and then we got the Studio B, which is foam, like it's looking like a studio as far as like music studio, whatever. Well, we got that for urban, but anybody can use any studio. We got the GMT studio set, which is where we shoot film TV shows. So, and we also rent that space out for events, small intimate events. We didn't have weddings, comedy show, all type of things over there. So I met you.
Yeah.
And then We have Culture Vision TV, the Culture Vision TV network. We also have that. We have our own TV channel. It's an app, so you can go on there and most of that stuff on there we record and we give opportunities for people to record their own TV shows, and we put them up as like Netflix, where you can go and watch the episodes. Okay. And then the gospel radio station is our newest venture. We got a studio set up for gospel people who want to do gospel radio. So
yeah,
that's
sounds like you have. I mean, you do have a lot of.
If you out there and you want to do gospel radio show, we got morning slots. And you can contact me at 832-372-6874. If you want to do a gospel radio show, just contact me, and I definitely can send you some images of the studio, and you can download the app, the gospel radio station, and download the app, and got Christian music playing. We got gospel music playing all day long, all day, 24/7. We got a new show that start next Friday. So we got a new show that start next Friday. So definitely look forward to. I can tell you what it is.
So in order to find your gospel radio station, you go to thegospelstation.com.
You can go to the www.thegospelradiostation.com.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that easy. It's that easy. And the name of the show, Prophetic Hour.
Oh, Prophetic Hour.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that's the flyer.
Oh, that looks nice. I wanted to ask you, like, when you do the TV show, is the only way that you can view it, is it via the platform like Netflix, you're saying, on Culture Vision TV network.com? But I've also seen people, like I've been a part of shows where they pre-recorded the show. I've been a part where they pre-recorded the whole show and edited it or whatever, and then they put it on Facebook Live.
Oh yeah, we can do that.
You can do that too?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all.
Yeah, we can put the show on Facebook Live. It's YouTube.
Okay.
So definitely we got our GMT Broadcasting Company YouTube page. But we like to drive people to the app because what that does is when we driving people to the app, it gives them an opportunity to see other things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have a lot.
Yeah, we just other things on the app. You know, we actually got you on the app that way they can sit up and watch some of the part. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Let me show you right here.
I need to go on the app myself.
Yeah. So if you go to the gospel radio station, and if you go here and click here, there you go.
Wow.
So people can click on here and watch some of the episodes. And then if you want to listen to live radio, you just click there. And live radio will start playing.
So that's at the
gospel radio station.
The gospel radio station. It's nice. So, I'm gonna have to check that out. I've been to your TV network.
Yeah.
But I haven't been to the gospel station. I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, so you just download the app and you can check out some of the podcasts that Let's Talk Houston. You can check out some of those podcasts. You can check out we got Pastor West. She's doing like 10-minute sermons just to inspire.
Sermonettes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to keep you too long because I know your wife has cooked.
Yeah.
I saw pictures of salmon. Oh, that salmon looks so good. And shrimp. Oh, that grilled salmon, those shrimp, those fresh string beans. That's my kind of food. I love shrimp. I love fresh vegetables.
Yeah, man.
And so I'm not really feeling 100%, but again, I'm consistent. I'm committed to the cause. I showed up,
and I appreciate it
because I don't like to renege on my offers or whatever I say I'm gonna do. I like to do it and execute it. And you have anything else you want to add?
That's it. Go to the gospelradiostation.com. You can go to follow us on GMT Broadcasting Company on everything. GMT Radio, follow that. Just follow us. And again, if you want to do a gospel radio show in the mornings, if you want to do a gospel radio show, make sure you contact us, 832-372-6874, and we'll definitely get you started.
And with that being said, I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh or sing a song. Since we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long. Good night, everybody. Toodles.
All righty.